What's up, DW Squad? It's your girl Deja, and I am finally back with another video. I know it's been a long time since I posted, but your girl is back, and I'm gonna try to stay consistent this time. So today I'm gonna be talking about the day my mom had passed and how I knew my mom passed away. I'm gonna be telling the full story from beginning to end. So let's get right into it. So it was the day of September 9th, 2020. Me, my uncle, and my auntie, we all stayed after work to talk to my zone manager at the time to see if I could get out of a situation that I was currently in, because I was just tired of getting in all of the trouble that I was getting in, and we were trying to see if I can get moved to a different line. So it was 6 o'clock in the morning. That's the time that we all get off from work. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. My phone kept ringing. I kept getting text messages from this lady who was running for a commitment spot at the time. So I ended up putting my phone on silent because I didn't want to go into the meeting with my phone ringing the way that it was, and the way that this lady was just blowing me up, telling me to vote for her as a committee person. So I ended up putting my phone on silent. So fast forward to like 7:30 in the morning. The meeting happens. The meeting is done finally. I'm on my way home. I don't get home till 8 o'clock in the morning. As soon as I get home, I took a shower and I went straight to bed. I laid down. I went to sleep. My mom ends up calling me. I missed the call because my phone was still on silent. I didn't hear it ring. I didn't hear it vibrate. No, nothing. I was out of there. So maybe not even an hour go by, I'll wake up with a very, very bad migraine. I'm guessing this is like God talking to me, telling me something is about to happen, or whatever. Like I need to get up, call my mom, check on her, or he was trying to send me signals or something. But not even an hour probably goes by. I wake up with a very bad migraine. I go to the kitchen and I get something for my migraine headache that I had. So my sister ends up calling me. I ended up answering the call from my sister. My sister ends up telling me that my mom is in the hospital and she's on a ventilator. So I asked my sister, I'm like, what's wrong? Is she okay? All we know is that she went to work feeling sick. She got tested for COVID. Her test was negative. She kept feeling cold at the house. They kept putting blankets on her and she just wasn't getting any warmer. So they ended up giving my mom, they said her iron was low. So they ended up getting my mom a blood transfusion. Her body rejected the blood transfusion and her body went into a total shock. So her lungs collapsed. So they put her on a ventilator, and unfortunately she didn't make it out. So when my sister told me that, I'm like, it's too late to call her, because at this point I know that she's not going to answer the phone. So when I look back at my missed calls, I'm like, dang, she did call me. Like shortly before my sister calls me, she did call me and I missed her call. So after that happens, I get a call from my auntie explaining the situation to me, that my mom was in a ventilator and that the doctor said that it was something so small, something that they could fix, and that it was no problem and that we didn't have anything to worry about. And once she gets what she needed to get done, that the doctors would be able to set up something so we could via FaceTime or via Zoom her to see her. So when I got off the phone with my auntie that morning, probably like in 30 seconds, it started raining and it started storming. So when it started raining and lightning, as bad as it was, I knew from that moment, like, my mom is gone. Like, that was a sign and a signal that I knew that my mom was gone. It's like every time I know of somebody's passing, it starts raining and it starts storming really, really bad. And I guess that's just a signal from God for me. But it's like everybody that has passed that I know or that I knew of, it just starts raining. So on this particular day, shortly after my auntie calls, it started raining. So I'm like, my mom has passed away. I just knew. It's just it's a thing for me. So after I told myself that, I get a call from my grandma. So my grandma ends up telling me, she ends up asking me, am I okay? First of all, when I kept getting all these calls and text messages, I just couldn't go back to sleep because I knew something was wrong. I'm guessing this is like the whole time, it was just God talking to me the whole time. So I ended up getting a call from my grandma. She ends up asking me, am I okay? I couldn't even speak. And she asks me, what's wrong? I'm like, it's raining. I know my mom is gone, but I don't want to think that way. I don't want to think that she is actually gone. I want to think that, she actually made it out. I wanted to hear something good come out of the conversation. So my grandma actually ends up telling me, like, your mom went home to be with the Lord. So from that moment, I lost it. So I ended up hanging up the phone. They ended up calling me back. My auntie, it was raining so hard. So my auntie and my uncle, they wanted everybody to go to their house. So I ended up packing a couple of outfits. And I went to my uncle and my auntie's house. I stayed for the whole month until it was time for me to go back to work. I stayed for 30 days, a whole month, at my uncle and my auntie's. So when I got the news that my mom passed away, I'm a mama's girl. I always wanted to be up under my mom. I was the child who has always told my mom, like, I'm never moving. I'm going to be with you forever. And she would always tell me, like, no, you're not. So when I ended up getting to my uncle and my auntie's house, I was depressed because I'm like, my auntie just told me, like, it was nothing serious and my mom was going to be okay. And the doctor said that they could fix whatever happened to her. So that's the story on how I knew my mom passed. So that's just all I know. That's just all I can tell for right now. It's a really emotional subject. I do hate that I missed the phone call and not knowing that that was the last phone call that I would ever get from my mom. So with all that being said, I'm about to wrap this video up. I hope y'all like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Comment down below on what y'all think. And more videos will be coming soon to my channel.